CVS has been sued over its use of customer donations at checkout to fund its corporate pledge to the American Diabetes Association without the proper disclosures to the donors, to the customers who are donating money. Now, if you've ever shopped at a CVS, once you get to the cash register, it'll ask you want to round up. So the amount that you round up will be sent to whatever organization they're donating to. I always feel a little guilty when the cashier is looking at me and I click no, because honestly, if I want to donate money to a charity, I can just do it directly. I don't need to do it through CVS. But nonetheless, in November of 2021, US pharmaceutical giant CVS announced a $10 million commitment, wow, to the American Diabetes Association to be delivered over 3 years. Introducing its pledge, CVS's social responsibility team said the donations would support families dealing with diabetes and fund research to eradicate health disparities. So that sounds great, and it sounds like a PR stunt, which if they're gonna help in any way, great, they deserve the credit, right? Now, the company also said it would host an in-store fundraising campaign at all CVS pharmacy locations nationwide during National Diabetes Month to give customers an opportunity to support the ADA. So it seemed as though what they were doing was pledging $10 million, right? Corporate offices, we're gonna do it, $10 million. And then on top of that, they're gonna do this fundraising effort with their customers. Well, it turns out that is not the way it worked out. What CVS admitted, according to the lawsuit that was filed earlier this year in federal court in New York, is that the donations collected from the customers through in-store fundraising weren't actually on top of or in addition to the $10 million. It was actually funding the $10 million pledge that the company had made. And so that's what led to the lawsuit. According to the complaint, CVS did not merely collect customers' campaign donations and forward them to the ADA, but instead counted campaign donations toward the satisfaction of a legally binding obligation, which CVS had made to the ADA to donate $10 million to the ADA during the 3-year period of 2021 to 2023. Okay, so CVS completely denies this. They say no, there's no way that we made it seem as though we were gonna donate money on top of the $10 million. The complaint asks for compensation according to state laws, by the way, which would vary from $100 statutory damages for potential class members in Alabama to $5,000 for Michigan class members and $10,000 to Kansas members. Look at Kansas. Getting real generous, right? Mm-hmm. And as I mentioned, CVS denies any wrongdoing. They claim the claims asserted in this action lack merit, and we have filed a motion to dismiss that details the plaintiff's inaccurate description of our campaign and its intent. So we'll see how it plays out. But I should note, Todd Bank, who is the lawyer representing the individual who has filed this lawsuit, says that the contract between CVS and the ADA, which was attached to the CVS or by CVS to the dismissal request, confirms that the drugstore chain would have had to pay $10 million to the ADA had it not collected any customer donations. But that doesn't really answer the question here. The question is, were the customers misled into thinking that what they were donating was gonna be in addition to the $10 million pledge? Cenk.
Yeah, so look, it's a super cheesy move because they get all the publicity out of it. We are such a benevolent and loving corporation. No, dude, you're a machine.
Yes.
Okay, corporations are legal fictions. What that means is they have the right to exist because of a law that was passed. There's no actual human being that is the corporation. And if you say, oh, well, the CEOs and the executives, no, they run the corporation. They should, by the way, be held responsible for its misdeeds, which there never are, right? But in terms of them being patriotic or charitable or those are not things, right? And so in this case, typical of an amoral machine, they were like, why don't we get credit for good deeds without doing any good deeds? In fact, will in a sense take the good deeds of our customers and pretend we did it.
Exactly, that's the problem, right? Like it's so shady and so cheesy. And look, part of the reason why I felt uncomfortable donating through CVS or any like other companies do the same thing. Honestly, I was always curious whether the money really goes to what they say it's gonna go to. So that was like my #1 piece of skepticism. But to be fair to CVS, the money is getting to the American Diabetes Association. It's just that they're making people think that CVS, like they're actually taking a cut in their profits, okay? They're actually going against their fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders and taking $10 million to give to the ADA, when in reality, it's their customers who are providing the funding to actually fulfill that pledge.
Yeah, 100%. And by the way, I used to be like you, but I'm less reserved now. So I was at a Rite Aid the other day and they're like, do you want to contribute to something? I thought the same exact thing you did, like, I don't really know where this is going, right? And I don't need Rite Aid to help me with my charity, right? And I don't like that you're putting me
on the spot.
On the spot, so that I feel guilty for not contributing through Rite Aid, right?
Yep.
So I was like, but now I've gotten to a point where I'm like, no.
Okay. Nice, assertive.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm not doing it in cash. I'm doing it more in my head. To the random cash register lady, no. No, I was just like, no thanks.
Yeah,
and I just don't feel bad about it.
Yeah, neither do I, especially now.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, we really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.